Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the deeply emotional and inevitable storyline that has been brewing in Port Charles for months now, the tragic and long-anticipated passing of the beloved Monica Quartermaine, portrayed by the legendary Leslie Charleson. The heart-wrenching reality behind Monica's decline, the acknowledgement of Monica Quartermaine's impending demise has become increasingly unavoidable, casting a somber shadow over the residents of Port Charles. Nearly 8 months have passed since the devastating loss of Leslie Charleson, the remarkable actress who breathed life into Monica. For an extraordinary 46-year tenure on General Hospital, at 79 years old, Charleson's own passing marked the end of an era, leaving behind one of the most enduring legacies in daytime television history. In recent episodes, the show's writers have masterfully crafted a delicate narrative arc that addresses Monica's deteriorating health condition with both sensitivity and dramatic purpose. The storyline has portrayed Monica as increasingly frail and bedridden, confined to her cherished Quartermaine mansion where she has weathered countless family storms. Over the decades, some days, her condition is so severe that even her closest family members are denied access to her room, creating an atmosphere of mounting concern and anticipation throughout the sprawling estate. The medical professionals at General Hospital, where Monica once served as chief of staff with unwavering dedication, have been carefully monitoring her condition. Her specialty in cardiology, which defined much of her professional identity, now seems tragically ironic as her own heart struggles to sustain the woman who saved countless others throughout her distinguished career. The show's creators have deliberately established this heartbreaking foundation to honor both the character's legacy and Charleson's extraordinary contribution to the soap opera genre. The Quartermaine Mansion, Monica's crown jewel and final battleground. The magnificent Quartermaine Mansion, that palatial Georgian estate situated at 66 Harborview Road in Port Charles, stands as Monica's most significant and contentious legacy. This architectural marvel, which has served as the backdrop for decades of family drama, scandal, and reconciliation, holds a particularly special place in the hearts of both the characters and longtime viewers of the show. The mansion's ownership history reveals a touching romantic gesture that has since become a source of ongoing family tension. When Alan Quartermaine purchased this grand estate in 1978 as a wedding gift for his beloved Monica, he made the fateful decision to place the property title exclusively in her name. This seemingly romantic gesture has evolved into one of the most frequently referenced plot points in General Hospital history, with Monica's famous declaration, "It's my house. Alan gave it to me," becoming a legendary catchphrase that has echoed through the halls of the mansion for decades. The legal ownership of this sprawling estate has been a perpetual source of friction among the Quartermaine family members, particularly with Tracy Quartermaine, Alan's sharp-tongued sister who has harbored resentment about the arrangement for years. Tracy's bitterness over being effectively locked out of her family's ancestral home has created numerous explosive confrontations, with Monica wielding her ownership rights like a shield whenever family disputes threatened to spiral out of control. The arrival of Erica Slezak, a mysterious new player, the fall television season promises to deliver an unexpected twist that will undoubtedly reshape the entire Quartermaine family dynamic. With the highly anticipated arrival of daytime television royalty Erica Slezak, the 6-time Daytime Emmy Award winner, best known for her iconic portrayal of Victoria Lord on One Life to Live for decades, has signed a short-term contract with General Hospital that has set the soap opera world ablaze with speculation and excitement. Executive producer Frank Valentini, who previously worked alongside Slezak during his tenure on One Life to Live, expressed his tremendous enthusiasm about this casting coup. "I am thrilled to confirm that my dear friend and former One Life to Live colleague, Erica Slezak, will appear on General Hospital this fall," Valentini announced, sending shockwaves through the devoted fanbase who have long hoped for such a reunion. The most intriguing aspect of Slezak's casting lies not just in her legendary status within the soap opera community, but in the mysterious nature of her role. Unlike many crossover storylines that might bring established characters from one show to another, Slezak will be portraying an entirely new character, leaving the door wide open for creative storytelling possibilities. Industry insiders and dedicated spoiler sources have been buzzing with rumors suggesting that her character may have deep, previously unknown connections to the Quartermaine family tree. Recent leaked information has pointed to the tantalizing possibility that Slezak's character could be Monica's long-lost sister, a revelation that would fundamentally alter the established family dynamics and potentially complicate the inheritance situation surrounding the Quartermaine mansion. This potential family connection would arrive at the most dramatically opportune moment, just as Monica's health crisis reaches its climax, and the family prepares for the inevitable transition of power within the Quartermaine empire. The battle for the Quartermaine legacy, the question of Monica's ultimate beneficiary, has become increasingly urgent as her health continues to decline, creating a complex web of potential inheritors who each have compelling claims to various aspects of her substantial estate. The Quartermaine fortune, built through generations of shrewd business dealings and strategic investments, represents far more than mere financial wealth. It embodies the very essence of power and influence within Port Charles society. Jason Morgan, Monica's adoptive son, who was born Jason Quartermaine before his life-altering motorcycle accident, represents perhaps the most emotionally compelling inheritance candidate. Despite their complicated relationship, which saw Jason reject his Quartermaine identity in favor of his life as Sonny Corinthos' enforcer, Monica's love for him never wavered. She consistently reached out to him, attempting to bridge the gap created by his memory loss and his chosen lifestyle. This unwavering maternal devotion, combined with Jason's own softening toward Monica in recent years, makes him a likely candidate for her most precious bequest. Tracy Quartermaine's claim to the family legacy carries the weight of blood relations and decades of devoted service to the family business. As Alan's sister and Edward Quartermaine's daughter, Tracy has maintained her connection to the family through thick and thin, often serving as the driving force behind the LQ industry's survival. During its most challenging periods, her complicated relationship with Monica, characterized by decades of rivalry and recent grudging respect, adds layers of complexity to any potential inheritance scenario. The hospital itself, where Monica dedicated the majority of her professional life, represents another possible beneficiary of her estate. Her commitment to medicine and patient care has been unwavering throughout her tenure, and establishing a charitable foundation or endowment in her name would serve as a fitting tribute to her professional legacy. Such a gesture would ensure that her impact on the Port Charles medical community continues long after her passing. The emotional aftermath in Port Charles mourning, the impending loss of Monica Quartermaine, will reverberate throughout every corner of Port Charles, affecting not just her immediate family, but the entire community that has known her for nearly 5 decades. Her death will mark the end of an era, representing the final connection to the golden age of General Hospital, when the show's core families formed the bedrock of daytime television drama. The emotional impact on Tracy Quartermaine promises to be particularly profound, as the loss of her sister-in-law will force her to confront decades of unresolved feelings and missed opportunities for genuine connection. Despite their legendary feuds and bitter disputes over family control, Tracy and Monica have recently developed a grudging mutual respect that has evolved into something approaching genuine affection. Tracy's reaction to Monica's death may well serve as a catalyst for character development that reveals previously hidden depths of vulnerability and regret. For the younger generation of Quartermaines, including Michael Corinthos, Drew Kane, and Brooklyn Quartermaine, Monica's passing will represent the loss of the family's moral center and stabilizing influence. Her wisdom, accumulated through decades of family crises and personal tragedies, has often served as the voice of reason during the family's most tumultuous periods. Without her steady presence, the family dynamics may shift dramatically, potentially creating power vacuums that could lead to new conflicts and alliances. The mystery of the long-lost sister, the potential introduction of Monica's previously unknown sister through Erica Slezak's character, could fundamentally reshape the entire inheritance landscape and family structure. This mysterious relative's arrival would raise countless questions about family history, hidden secrets, and the true extent of Monica's past. Such a revelation would be consistent with General Hospital's rich tradition of family secrets, emerging at the most dramatically appropriate moments. The legal implications of a sister's claim on the Quartermaine estate could prove particularly complex, especially if this character possesses documentation or evidence of legitimate family ties that predate Monica's marriage to Alan. The mansion's ownership, which has been Monica's trump card in family disputes for decades, could suddenly become contested territory if another Quartermaine heir emerges with valid claims to the family legacy. The emotional impact of discovering that Monica harbored such a significant family secret throughout her life would undoubtedly create ripple effects throughout the extended Quartermaine clan. Questions about why the sisters were separated, what circumstances led to their estrangement, and whether Monica's secretiveness was motivated by protection or shame would provide rich material for dramatic exploration. The hospital's living memorial. General Hospital itself serves as Monica's greatest living memorial, a testament to her decades of dedicated service and medical excellence. Her transformation from a young cardiologist caught up in romantic entanglements to the hospital's respected chief of staff represents one of the most compelling character development arcs in daytime television history. The medical facility where she saved countless lives and mentored generations of healthcare professionals will forever bear the imprint of her influence. The potential establishment of the Monica Quartermaine Cardiac Center or a similar medical foundation would ensure that her professional legacy continues to benefit the Port Charles community for generations to come. Such an initiative would reflect her lifelong commitment to healing and serve as a permanent reminder of her contributions to the field of medicine. The funding for such an endeavor could easily come from her substantial estate, creating a lasting tribute that honors both her professional achievements and her generous spirit. As Port Charles prepares to bid farewell to one of its most beloved and complex characters, the question remains whether Monica's final wishes will bring peace to her fractured family or create new sources of conflict that will drive future storylines. The combination of Erica Slezak's mysterious new character and the inevitable reading of Monica's will promises to deliver the kind of emotionally charged drama that has made General Hospital a daytime television institution for over 6 decades. The legacy of Monica Quartermaine, much like that of Leslie Charleson herself, will undoubtedly continue to influence the residents of Port Charles for years to come, ensuring that neither the character nor the remarkable actress who brought her to life will ever be forgotten by the millions of fans who welcomed them into their homes and hearts. Next, we will learn about the escalating drama surrounding Michael Corinthos' stark warning to his sister Christina Corinthos Davis, which could unravel her world in unexpected ways. In the latest previews for the upcoming episodes, the tension at the heart of the Corinthos family reaches a boiling point as Michael delivers a pointed message to Christina regarding Willow Tate's turbulent life. He declares, "She's made a lot of bad choices. Now she's gonna have to live with the consequences." On the surface, this seems directed at Willow's entanglement in a scandalous affair with Drew Quartermaine, which has spiraled into a series of regrettable decisions, including her growing isolation from loved ones and the potential loss of her role in her children's lives. But for Christina, these words carry a deeper, more personal resonance, almost like a mirror reflecting her own cascade of missteps. Viewers are buzzing about whether this moment could be the catalyst for Christina's emotional undoing, especially given her recent history of impulsive actions that have left her teetering on the edge. As the storyline unfolds, it's clear that Michael's tough love might inadvertently push Christina toward confronting her demons, forcing her to question if she's strong enough to weather the storm ahead. Delving deeper into how Michael's warning strikes a chord with Christina, it's evident that while his intent is to highlight Willow's self-sabotaging path marked by secret rendezvous, fractured relationships, and a public fallout that has her scrambling to rebuild, Christina interprets it through the lens of her own guilt-ridden existence. Imagine Christina standing there, her face paling as the words sink in, evoking memories of her own chaotic choices that parallel Willow's turmoil. For instance, Christina's ill-fated decision to tamper with Rick Lansing's brake lines in a desperate bid to eliminate Ava Jerome didn't just fail spectacularly. It nearly cost Rick his life and drew unwanted attention from the authorities, leaving Christina haunted by the what-ifs. Adding to that, her scheme to enlist Cody Bell in seducing Ava as a form of twisted revenge backfired when loyalties shifted, exposing cracks in her alliances and amplifying her sense of betrayal. Now, with the fresh cover-up of Ava's violent assault on Rick, where Christina witnessed the chaos unfold in a dimly lit room, her hands trembling as she helped conceal the evidence by stashing Rick in Alexis Davis' basement hits. As if Michael's statement is a direct accusation, this accumulation of secrets has Christina second-guessing every move, and if his words pierce through her defenses, it might lead to sleepless nights filled with paranoia, strained family dinners where she avoids eye contact, or even impulsive confessions that could shatter the fragile peace. Fans are speculating that this emotional echo could isolate Christina further, perhaps driving her to seek solace in unexpected places like late-night walks through Port Charles, or confiding in unlikely allies, all while her psyche frays at the edges, hinting at a breakdown that's been building for weeks. As Christina's burden of guilt continues to pile on, it's becoming increasingly clear that her house of cards is one wrong move away from collapse, and Michael's reminder about facing consequences might just be the breeze that sends it tumbling. Picture the weight she carries. The brake tampering incident wasn't just a momentary lapse. It involved meticulous planning under the cover of darkness, sourcing tools from shady contacts, and the heart-pounding adrenaline of execution, only for it to erupt a near tragedy that now haunts her dreams with visions of screeching tires and twisted metal. The Cody Bell plot added another layer, where Christina funneled money through anonymous channels to orchestrate the seduction. But when it unraveled amid Ava's cunning countermeasures, it left Christina exposed and Cody questioning his own morals, potentially setting up future betrayals. Compounding this is her role in the assault cover-up, where after Ava's frenzied attack with a makeshift weapon, Christina helped bind Rick to a gurney in the basement, whispering frantic plans with Alexis and Ava to keep it under wraps, plans that include falsified alibis and hidden medical supplies to treat his wounds in secret. This web of deception is straining her relationships, especially with the grief from past losses still raw, like the lingering pain from family tragedies that have scarred the Corinthos clan. The stress manifests in subtle ways. Perhaps Christina starts experiencing vivid flashbacks during quiet moments, or her hands shake uncontrollably when handling everyday objects, signaling the onset of panic attacks. Enthusiasts are theorizing that this toxic mix could lead to explosive confrontations, such as a heated argument with Molly Lansing Davis over loyalty, or even a desperate plea to Sonny Corinthos for protection. But the real question is whether Christina possesses the resilience to maintain her composure, or if the mounting pressure will culminate in a dramatic emotional implosion, reshaping alliances in Port Charles forever. Looking ahead, the possibility of Christina heading toward a full mental breakdown looms large, particularly if she internalizes Michael's words as a prophecy of her own downfall, setting the stage for some of the most intense scenes in recent General Hospital history. Envision a scenario where Christina, alone in her room, replays the conversation on loop, her mind racing through hypothetical chat if her crimes come to light during a routine police inquiry, or if Rick awakens with fragmented memories that point fingers directly at her. Such a breakdown could manifest in therapy sessions where she unburdens her soul to a compassionate counselor, revealing not just the recent schemes, but deeper insecurities stemming from her complex family dynamics, like the pressure of living up to the Corinthos name amid Sonny's shadowy empire. In a worst-case twist, it might escalate to involuntary commitment at Shady Brook, the infamous facility known for housing Port Charles' most troubled souls, where tearful confessions spill out under the watchful eyes of medical staff, potentially exposing the break incident, the Cody conspiracy, and the basement cover-up to the world. Alexis, ever the protective mother, could spring into action with legal maneuvers to shield her daughter, perhaps enlisting old allies from her law days to build a defense. But Molly's growing doubts, fueled by her own career ambitions and simmering resentments, might deepen the rift between the sisters, turning family gatherings into battlegrounds of accusations and tears. Sonny's involvement adds another volatile element. His paternal instincts might lead to aggressive interventions, like intimidating witnesses or pulling strings in the underworld. But this could backfire, drawing federal scrutiny and turning loyalty tests into all-out wars. Will Christina muster the courage to seek professional help proactively, perhaps by confiding in a trusted friend like Sam McCall for guidance? Or will her string of poor judgments finally converge into a catastrophic fall from grace? This pivotal moment feels like the tipping point, where one sister's warning echoes could redefine the entire family's future, keeping viewers on the edge of their seats for what's next in the gripping saga of General Hospital.